Hi, this is David McCann for WebTNG. I've got here a fresh install of WordPress. And one thing I wanted to point out is the default admin menu has themes, widgets, and menus as fast links to navigate the back end. Well, I probably go to the themes menu a couple of times when building a site. The widgets menu maybe once. The menus menu once or twice. When I'm building a site, one place I go, which isn't on this default, is the plugins area to add new plugins. In this screencast, I want to look at making the WordPress admin menus work for you by using a toolbar enhancement plugin created by David Decker called Toolbar Extras. If you haven't seen it before, it's something that can save you a lot of time. Toolbar Extras currently has support built in for the Elementor page builder and for the Oxygen builder. It also has support for some popular page builder themes: Astra, OceanWP, GeneratePress, and Genesis themes. But even if you're not using one of these page builders, it still might be worth checking out the plugin for the other features that it offers. Let's take a look. Back at my demo site, you can see I have Elementor and Elementor Pro installed, as well as two other plugins that I frequently use: All-in-One WP Migrations for making quick backups, and the Code Snippets plugin. I'm going to go ahead and add the Toolbar Extras plugin. And we can take a look at what's changed. The point of Toolbar Extras is to save you mouse clicks and make your work faster. So on this build menu, we have links to the template library, the theme builder, pop-ups, the reusable blocks, Astra theme quick links, Elementor settings, Elementor tools, and then external resources like documentation and community resources like the Facebook group and GitHub issues and whatnot. Two other things that have been added here is usually on this menu here we just have visit site, but now we have some extra links to make things quicker, and there's support here for the Code Snippets plugin that I have installed and the All-in-One WP Migration plugin that I have installed. There's a link. Remember, I opened with how I think this menu should have a link to plugins, and here it is. And then a link to the settings for the plugin itself, Toolbar Extras, and for support and resources. So you can get to the toolbar settings from this menu here, from the plugin area here, or from the settings menu. There are several tabs, and a lot of this is just to customize it how you want, and some of it adds some extra features. I don't change these things too much, but I just wanted to point out that the default here is Elementor, but if you weren't using Elementor or Oxygen, you could still have the quick links for the Gutenberg editor. Then if, as you're going along, you realize you don't need all of these extra menu items, you can turn them off. They're grouped here, and you can turn off the ones you don't need. So I generally just leave these as they are, but for example with Astra theme, you have the option to import demo data, and that's true with Elementor also. There's also an admin menu that we can add to the toolbar here, and we'll look at that in a minute. There's some other tweaks here. So Let's go ahead and enable color scheme for the front end as well as the back end. If you had a fave icon uploaded, you could set that to use instead of the WordPress icon there. One thing that we have here, which is kind of nice, is we can detect if we're, based on the URL, if we're on a development machine or not. So let me save that to show what happens. And then the toolbar color changes so that you know that, and it shows that you're on a local development environment, and you can tweak that down here. You can choose whatever color you want for the toolbar to customize that. And then there's also this option here to turn on dev mode. It adds some extra menus here. So for example here, this is that dev mode menu. Just has some extra links here to documentation and help, which is nice. And then one more thing that I wanted to show you was the menu that you can create now. I'm going to create a new menu. And I'm going to assign it to the site toolbar. This is what's added here. It'll put a menu up here. So I'm going to go to custom links. I'll call this quick links. And now you can add menu items that you want that will show up under this quick links menu. See, there it is. So I want to add some links. Now one way, if the Toolbar Extras plugin doesn't have the links that you want, one way to find them, for example, would be like, say you install a plugin here, you would just go to that menu item, copy it, copy the URL, and then you would add a custom link. You would paste that URL in. And then you have it here. The kind of things that I would add would be links to my hosting control panel, and I use an online editor to make graphics for the website. So I could add a link there, or to an image site and other things like that if there were things that you needed. One other thing here is that you do get a few new menu items under user as well, including links to the Elementor role manager. Now, if we had Oxygen installed instead of Elementor, then the menu items would be appropriate for Oxygen and help us use Oxygen faster. Now, there are a couple of other add-ons that you can add for this plugin. Download from the WordPress plugin directory. You may not need them, but for example, this is a plugin that helps you to organize your templates. This adds some menu items for Gravity Forms. This for BuddyPress. This is Oxygen, as I've mentioned before. The About and Support tab of the Toolbar Extra Settings menu has some information about the author and the history of the plugin. If you use the plugin and like it, I'm sure he would appreciate a positive review on the WordPress plugin directory. So this has been a quick look at the Toolbar Extras plugin. If you're not familiar with it, you might want to take a look. I've found it useful when developing sites to get going quickly. Hope you found this video useful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye-bye.